Alright everybody, I know I don't like doing videos in my car anymore, but I had to make this one because I can't get this thought out of my head. I'm currently driving home and I haven't been able to make one of my videos on each chapter of the Bible in a while, but I've been doing a lot of research for the next few, so I'm about 6 chapters ready with my research. But I had to come back to about Genesis 7 through 9, which are the last few videos I made. In there, I had a real hard time trying to discover or figure out, and I did research, and I kept looking into it, and there's plenty of theories, but I could not figure out what exactly it meant by breath of life. So in Genesis 7 through 9, it keeps mentioning how basically God wiped everything from the earth, all flesh that had the breath of life. Now, when I was a kid, and still to this day, my conclusion on that was basically everything that breathed oxygen. You know, that's simple, I know, but the Bible makes it clear that everything other than fish, everything other than those of the sea, survived. Now, I know you're like, there's mammals in the ocean that breathe oxygen. I get that, okay? Just calm down, alright? But I think insofar as what God considered to be fish is not the same as what we consider to be fish. So same with the Old Testament. So I think anything that was in the sea was fish. But then again, that kind of goes against the breathing oxygen thing. Now, I've talked many times about the gap theory, and the other thing I can never figure out is how Genesis 6 says there are giants in that time and also after. So how did this bloodline of giants, which the Bible makes perfectly clear is its own bloodline, it's not human bloodline. It may be hybrid with human DNA in it, but it's of its own creation. Well, not creation necessarily, but it's of its own bloodline. It's of its own DNA. I tend to think anymore, the more and more I've been trying to research and figure it out. I don't know if anyone else has this theory, so if they do, and if I ever get viewers on my YouTube channel, maybe you can inform me of this. Is the breath of life strictly referring to those things that God gave the okay? No, that's not right, because he gave the okay to fish. Anyway, what I'm saying is, the way that the Nephilim, the giants, return after the flood, in my opinion, is more and more that they weren't totally wiped out. Now, this is going to probably make some people, even people who believe in the gap theory, kind of angry, or, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. But it says everything that has the breath of life was wiped out. So everything that Christ created and got the okay from God, like it says all through Genesis, you know, the Word of God, he spoke it and it was created, which is Christ. And then God saw it and saw that it was good. So Dad has given Jesus the okay on everything he's creating. He did not sanction, did not give the breath of life, did not give the okay, was not like, yes, this deserves the breath of life, to these offspring of the fallen angel from Genesis 6. He did not give them the breath of life. They don't possess the breath of life. Animals even possess the breath of life. They do not. They're of their own ilk. They're of their own kind. So, since the Bible keeps, again, I'm pretty sure it's 3 chapters in a row, it makes reference to everything with the breath of life in it. It says so. It's clean and unclean animals, the fowls of the air and the beasts of the land, and all man was wiped from the earth. But it makes no comment of Nephilim or giants, but it does make comment that everything that had the breath of life. So, I've come to the conclusion that it's simply trying to make clear, using language that we today don't understand completely because we don't use the same colloquialisms and everything. The breath of life, I think to most people, was clearly stating everything that did not include giants, did not include these Nephilim. They were not included in this purge. Now, why not? That's a whole other topic. I don't know. I'm just specifically referring to how it consistently is saying everything that had the breath of life was wiped from the earth. But it also is consistently saying that this different bloodline survived the flood somehow. So somehow they made it through. Perhaps the story of Gilgamesh is true, and that's the Nephilim's Noah. Who knows? That would make sense. Who knows how they survived, but I think it's making it clear that some of these giants, these Nephilim, their bloodline somehow survived, and that was by design. It was by design. God wanted to wipe off everything that He had given the breath of life to and start fresh. Okay? But He wasn't going to destroy those unsanctioned creatures completely. And He was going to show that, hey, mankind can still overcome. I will show you that not just through me, not just through God by wiping a flood and destroying them, but through their own free will, men, the Israelites, the descendants of Abraham and Jacob, will take care of this on their own in service of me. I think that's probably it. But again, if you have a different opinion or that has some research behind it on this breath of life thing, I would love to see it, because I cannot find a theory on what they're talking about with the breath of life that isn't completely out there. I honestly think my theory fits very well, especially if you believe in the gap theory, and if you take Genesis 6 to be literal. Then I do believe that the breath of life, the reason they keep making that statement is to make it clear that the giants weren't wiped out in the flood. They weren't part of the purge, because I believe that people at the time of Genesis, when it was written, knew that the breath of life did not refer to the Nephilim. They were aware that the breath of life, whatever exactly that means, did not include this fallen giant race. Who knows, though? Who knows at all? But I think it's a pretty good theory. Alright, everybody, God bless, and have a wonderful evening.